Hey guys, Dr. Dex here. Today we are pretty much buttoned up on our current deck project in Auburn, Washington. So we want to do a run through for you and show you everything that we did. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for coming into our channel. All right, so basically what we have here is a deck that we had applied for a building permit. We had it engineered. I did all the construction drawings, sent it to my engineer. He made the corrections. I amended those. He stamped them. Then we applied to the city of Auburn for a building permit. We had to jump through a few hoops. A lot of local building jurisdictions not that they don't like, it seems like it's difficult to arrange the footing inspections because it's such a new technology that some guys are on board with it, some guys are not. So what we do, the first thing that we do when we are ready to start our deck is we put in our helical piles. Now our helical piles go down 6 feet, at least 6 feet, if not deeper, into the ground. From the base of the helical pile, we attach this shoe. And the shoe is what gives us our positive connection to our pile and to the post, whatever size post that we're installing. So on this particular project, we installed 6x6 posts. So those are attached to the base of the pile with some 3 5/8 inch Fasten Master ledger locks. Okay. Then from our 6x6 posts, we go to our 6x12 beams, which a lot of you on the East Coast don't have access to. I've found that out through different conversations that I've had. But here in the Pacific Northwest, they're ample, and that's what we use in this region of the country to build decks with. So again, another positive connection here. This is a Strong Tie outdoor accents with their matching hardware. Really cool looking brackets that hold a couple different purposes. The most important one is it gives you a positive connection from your post to your beam, and then it also looks nice, and it also will help minimize twisting and warping. You're not gonna eliminate it, but you can minimize it. So from there, what you can't see now anymore is the 2x10 joists that we used. We had 2x10 ledgers that we attached to the house, and then we had 2x10 joists that go over the top of the 6x12 beams, okay? So those 2x10 joists are throughout the deck. They're all the same size. We didn't change sizes. We did grade everything though from thickest to thinnest so that over the top of our beams, you don't have this going on as much as if we didn't grade our beams. A lot of people say, oh, that's just a waste of time. And then there's other people that say, man, that's the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. The only reason we do it is just to minimize elevation issues when the joist goes over the top of the beam. And let's say you have a really thick joist and a thin one and a thick one, you start doing this with your decking. So we try to eliminate as much of that as possible. All right, so once our framing was complete and before we laid down any deck boards, we installed a waterproof bladder system in between all the joist bays. It has a baffle system and a drainage system as well. So all the bladder system drains into these gutters that you see there attached to the beams. There's 3 different gutters and 3 different downspouts for different sections of the deck. Once the bladder was done and the gutters were installed, we installed this really nice tongue and groove pine soffitting, which also has the ends that match. So there's a tongue and a groove in the ends as well. So we can stagger them any way we want. We don't have to land on a joist to attach all the soffitting. It just runs wild. And then what you do is you just cut your last piece in and then you use the scrap as your starter piece down on the far end. So that turned out really well. Completely dried in all the way from the inside to the outside of the beam. And then all the deck has a really unique triple step fascia board that we should take a look at next. Now you'll see there's a triple step fascia detail that we did on this deck. And the reason we did it this way is because I wanted to make sure that the bladder rolled over the centerpiece of the fascia so that there's no water that can get inside between the fascia boards and the soffit and get it wet. So we kind of made it bulletproof where we ran the first piece of the bladder over the top of the middle fascia board, and then we installed the top fascia board, and then we trimmed it back. So if any water leaks, it's gonna be between the top fascia board and the second one, and then the second one and the third one should remain completely dry. That's the concept at least. But that turned out really nice. I like the way that looks. We'll probably be using that detail in the future. Our client wanted access to the deck, so we put in a staircase right here, and it's all made from TimberTech AZEK, pressure treated framing, and then we have Regal Ideas railing on top of that. Inside the top rail of all the railing on this deck, there's an LED light kit as well. The LED light kit lights up blue, white, and amber. So there's 3 different colors the homeowners can choose from to light up their deck and give them some really cool ambiance or for different holidays or whatever. So that's something that Regal Ideas makes for their rail system, and it works out pretty slick. So you might want to check it out. So on this staircase to code, you must have a grabbable handrail between 34 and 38 inches off the nosing of your tread. If you came up level, the height of this has to be between 34 and 38 inches, and it must be continuous all the way up, which means that there's no posts allowed through, no posts can come through this rail, okay? So we went ahead and extended these out. They have these really cool looking end caps that match this grabbable rail. So this meets the code, because it goes all the way up, continuous, without any rails in the way or any posts in the way or anything like that. So let's go to the top side of the deck and we'll finish the tour. All right, so here we are on the top side of the deck. The deck's a little bit dirty because we're just finishing up a few things and then we'll rinse it off. The cool thing about this decking, it's made by a company called TimberTech. It's called AZEK. It's PVC. It's really high quality, low maintenance, good looking decking. And that's been installed on all surfaces around the deck. And once that was done, and I made sure we didn't have any leaks from our bladder, we installed Regal Ideas 36-inch high textured black picket railing on all surfaces required by code. We decided to keep the existing patio cover because it's tied into the roof of the house. It would have been a lot of work and additional funding to replace it or to do a new one. So we just put in new posts and we wrapped those posts with matching TimberTech AZEK decking. And so all that's Cortex. You can't see any of the face fasteners. So it's just a really nice way to cover up a post. And that's about it, guys. That's all I got for you. So I hope you enjoyed this build. If you have any questions, leave them below and don't forget to click that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.